Hello everyone, how you guys doing? It's your girl again, Boss Baby Talk, as you already know. In today's video, we'll be talking about the IRCC improve of our CRS score, also Canada Express entry system for 2023. And this is to the benefit of foreign applicants. I'm so happy and I just have to share this with you. If you know, you know. The latest CRS drawn score is 489 now, and I know it's because of the backlog they've been having. They don't want to keep anybody waiting again, and they want to be speeding up all your application. The 489 is actually lower score than the last EE drawn and the back lower is 500. This is the cutoff mark for the CRS score, you know, at the moment, and that's what they're going to be using for you now for 2023, you know, which I found so interesting and so good. So a lot of people will be able to be, you know, to definitely, you know, meet up with this cutoff line. Yes, I've heard a lot of people say they've been in the pool for almost more than a year, but now I know they're gonna speed everything up for you guys, so don't worry. Yes, and again, this is for the people that might be asking. Express entry is for the federal Canadian government's primary method of bringing skilled foreign workers to the country. This accomplished by offering permanent residence in Canada to these skilled workers. Using Express Entry Application Management System to become a Canadian permanent resident involves several steps. First, Express Entry requires that one of the foreign skilled worker asking to enter into Canada ensure that they are eligible for at least one of these three programs that fell under the system. After verifying that they are eligible to at least one of these programs, Express Entry applicants can submit an online profile through IRCC's website and subsequently review their CRS score. Roughly every 2 weeks, IRCC hold a random draw that will select Express Entry candidates who are above the cutoff CRS score that are drawn and invite them to apply for Canadian PR after receiving invitation to apply. Applicants who receive an ITA will have exactly 60 days to now complete and upload their PR application online to IRCC. So my people, this is still the same way they normally do it, but just a slight different now that they have reduced the score, which, you know, a lot of people are having, you know, difficulty of meeting up to their cutoff score. So I believe a lot of people will be able to meet up with this now. So candidates for Express Entry system who are skilled worker are now ranked using the comprehensive ranking system. I think it's still the same way they do it before. You know, the primary method through which the Canadian government accepts immigrants from the lower socioeconomic class through the Express Entry system, which is managed by the Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada. The Federal Skilled Worker Program, the Federal Skilled Trade Program, and the Canadian Experience Class are the three dependent programs that are managed by Express Entry, and applicants must fulfill eligibility requirements for each of these three programs before they can be qualified. I'm just trying to break everything down for you. Any candidate that is qualified, they will be given a score by the CRS. If they are qualified, which also this score is also determined by several factors, including age, education, language proficiency, job experience. Candidates with the higher chances of prospering in Canadian employment markets are found even using the CRS for them as well. According to a study conducted by the federal government, new immigrants who are young to middle age and have a lot of job experience, education, language proficiency are the best equipped to integrate into Canadian labor markets. Also, some factors are surrounding the CRS, which are core human capital factor, skill transferability factor, additional factors. Under the CRS, a total of 120 points are available. Candidates who doesn't have their spouse or common law partner with them can. A maximum of 500 points is available for core human capital factors. A maximum of 100 points for skill transferability factors, and 600 points are available for additional factors. There are also options for applicants who are traveling with their spouse and common law partner. The primary applicants' key human capital characteristics are eligible for up to 460 points, maximum of 40 points for the spouse or common law partner, basic human capital components, and there is a cap of 100 points for the factor affecting talent transfer, while a total of 600 points available for other criteria. Additionally, an applicant may receive points for their proficiency in French. If you're coming from a francophone country, or if you just have language proficiency in French, and if they have a siblings living in Canada or who is a citizen or a permanent resident in Canada. Now, let's talk about human capital factors. Age, education level, first language and second language proficiency, and Canadian job experience are among the key human capital determinants. Age is one of the most important assets. For instance, if you are given 110 CRS points, if you are applying between the age of 20 to 29. Second, skill transferability factors. A candidate's transferable skills may receive up to 100 points. In this area, a maximum of 50 points may be awarded for each of the 5 skill transferability combination they consist of, like education and Canada work experience, education and language ability and non-Canadian work experience, Canadian and non-Canadian work experience as well, certificates of qualification in trade, and language ability in their home country they are coming from. The additional factor is another one. Candidates who possess an upgraded nomination certificate from the Canadian province are eligible to get an additional 600 points under the category of additional criteria, excluding Quebec and I think Nunavut as well. These are practically guarantee a request to apply. They are guaranteed a request to apply for a future express entry lottery. Having a qualified job offer or planned employment from a Canadian employer, finishing a Canadian study experience, demonstrating sufficient French and English proficiency, and having a sibling in Canada are additional criteria that rise CRS score in this additional factor area. These are tips for you to better improve your score. When compared with other important qualities, language is a crucial, element that can be worth of up to 310 CRS points, and up to 320 if the applicant is married or you are in a common law relationship. It is an excellent approach to, rise candidate score, because being above the minimum standard allow you to obtain linguistic proficiency, and this is good. Additionally, the CRS human capital factors, spouse factors, talent transferability factors, and extra factors categories all provided points for language proficiency, making it useful assets for everyone. Since education may be worth up to 250 CRS points, it is another approach to raise the CRS score. A candidate can, raise their education score by earning extra education credentials assessments for the previous end degree or by finishing up their degree. A CRS score can be raised by gaining more work experience by properly documenting the existing experience. Candidates with unskilled job title may have a complete tasks that are classified as a skill under Canada National Occupation Classification, which might raise a candidate score as well. A candidate may also wish to think about their spouse or common law partner if they are the better option to be the primary applicant. Let's say your spouse have a master's degree and you don't. I would say it's better for your spouse to be the or to be the primary applicant and be in the pool instead of you. So you might want to think about the education. Does he have more education than you, or do you have more education than him? So whoever have more education and more qualification should be in the pool, while the other person's name is added as the spouse. So as couple, try to always compare your CRS score before you put in into before you get into the pool, because this might kind of be an advantage for you guys if your spouse that have more higher education is in the pool as the primary applicant. Another thing you need to know, the pool is open for everyone without charge. So even if you have a low score, if you calculate, always try to calculate yourself before you get into the pool. And even if you have a low score, make sure you work, you can still be in the pool while you are working on how to increase your score to be able to meet, the actual cutoff score. So which you can submit later. Make sure you submit it before the duration of time they give you, to complete everything. So because they always kind of give duration of time while you have to complete all the documents you have to send in. So make sure you complete everything and send it in. Work on it, get more credits, as many as you needed, so that you can rate yourself before you get into the pool. And again, bear in mind that these cutoff marks are always changing. So even if you believe your score is low, like I said, just work on it. Someday you might have the sufficient to enough to receive the invitation to apply for the permanent residency. Working on yourself is either you try to gain more education, or just work on your language proficiency, or even job experience. That can always boost your chances of getting invitation to apply for the permanent residency. So you just need to rate yourself. There's a way to do it when you go to IRCC. Okay, so you rate yourself before you get into the pool always, and if you see you have a low score, like I said, you can still get into the pool, okay, while you work on yourself. I hope this information helped you guys. I've been able to break it down and explain a bit about it. So this is where I'm gonna end today's video. Until I see you again on my next one, you already know I love you. If you haven't subscribed at this time, what are you still waiting for? Go ahead and subscribe. Let's chat, let's interact in the comment section. Let me know where you are watching me from. And always when you subscribe, you want to turn on the bell notification so that you don't miss any of my important videos like this. I love you, and you already know that. Find things that thrill you today and let tomorrow surprise you. You can be anything you want to be, if only you are ready to put in the work. It's never too late. Go already and apply. Goodbye for now.